Kamala Harris, a name synonymous with ambition, breaking barriers, and Oakland, California. This vibrant city, known for its social activism and diverse community, is intrinsically linked to Harris's story. It's where she was born, raised, and first stepped into the world of law and politics. But the relationship between Harris and her hometown is far from simple. It's a complex tapestry woven with pride, disappointment, and a lingering sense of disconnect. Many Oakland residents, especially those who watched her rise from local prosecutor to district attorney of San Francisco, beam with pride. They see her success as their own. Here is a woman who shattered glass ceilings, becoming the first female, Black and Asian American Vice President of the United States. But beneath the surface of this shared history lies a current of unease, a sense that Harris, despite her achievements, remains distant from the community that nurtured her. To understand this disconnect, we need to rewind. Before the national stage, before the vice presidency, Kamala Harris was a prosecutor, and it's her record during those years, particularly her time as San Francisco's district attorney, that has drawn criticism and skepticism from some corners of Oakland. Harris ran on a tough-on-crime platform, a stance not uncommon in the political climate of the time. She advocated for harsher penalties for drug offences and gang-related crimes. While these policies resonated with some, they also disproportionately impacted minority communities. Communities that make up the very fabric of Oakland. This period saw a rise in mass incarceration, with Black and brown people bearing the brunt of these policies. And for some Oakland residents, the wounds of this era are still fresh. They see Harris's role in upholding these policies as a betrayal of the progressive values often associated with Oakland.
The ripple effects of Harris's tough-on-crime approach were felt keenly in Oakland. The city, already grappling with issues like poverty, inequality, and gang violence, saw its prison population swell. Families were torn apart. Young people, often from marginalized backgrounds, found themselves trapped in the criminal justice system, their futures uncertain.
While Harris has since acknowledged the flaws in the criminal justice system and called for reform, these admissions have done little to soothe the anger and pain felt by some Oakland residents. They argue that her policies contributed to the very problem she now seeks to address.
The debate over Harris's record as a prosecutor highlights a broader tension within the criminal justice reform movement: the question of accountability. Can someone who benefited from a system that disproportionately punished communities of color be trusted to dismantle it? It's a question that continues to haunt Harris's relationship with Oakland. Despite the criticism, there's no denying the significance of Kamala Harris's achievements.
For many in Oakland, especially young Black and brown girls, seeing someone who looks like them ascend to the second highest office in the land is a source of immense pride and inspiration.
Her story is a testament to the power of hard work, perseverance, and breaking down barriers. She embodies the American dream, albeit one achieved against the backdrop of systemic racism and sexism.
Yet this sense of pride is often tempered by a lingering feeling of disconnect.
Some Oakland residents argue that Harris, despite her roots in the city, seems detached from the everyday realities faced by its residents.
They point to her silence on issues like gentrification, police brutality, and the lack of affordable housing, issues that plague Oakland to this day.
The story of Kamala Harris and Oakland is a microcosm of the challenges facing America today.
It's a story about race, class, and the struggle for equity in a nation grappling with its past. It's about the complexities of identity and the weight of expectations placed upon those who dare to break barriers.
Harris faces the daunting task of reconciling her past with her present, of bridging the gap between her national aspirations and the local realities of the community that shaped her.
Whether she can successfully navigate this challenge remains to be seen. But one thing is certain: the relationship between Kamala Harris and Oakland will continue to be a source of both pride and contention, a reminder of the work that still needs to be done to create a more just and equitable society.